Hey, what's up everybody? TooTallToby here, and today we're going to continue our journey of trying to create a new tutorial for each of the Tier 2 challenges in the TooTallToby library at TooTallToby.com. So you can see here, if we access the full library, there's over 250 challenges, quite a few challenges here, a little bit difficult to sift through, except that we've got these amazing filters right at the top of the list. So if you're brand new to CAD, you could start out on Tier 1 challenges. These are the easiest challenges in the library, but we've already gone through all these. Each one of these has a tutorial. So let's move on to Tier 2, and we can see that the next Tier 2 challenge that we're facing is this one here, 24-12-03. So we're going to click here to practice, and it looks like there are 160 people who have successfully solved this, and it's got an average solve time of 7 minutes and 53 seconds. So let's get into it here. Click here to begin, and go! So the question here is, what is the mass of this part in XXX grams? The tolerance is plus or minus 1 gram. The material is 1060 aluminum, and the unit system is millimeters. A little bit of a tricky part here. We do have some symmetry, so that tells me we could maybe model half the part and then mirror it at the end. But let's take a look at our game plan here. One of the first things we're going to ask ourselves is, where should the origin be located in this model? And I think since we've got symmetry in this direction, and it looks like symmetry in this direction, I think that what we could do here is we could say the origin is going to be right here, right at the middle of the part. And when I'm not really sure how the part is going to be used, what I'll typically do is put the origin on the very bottom of the part as well. So now we have a good location for the origin. Now we can start talking about what our game plan is for this model. And I think what I'll do is my very first sketch is going to be a sketch. Well, it's actually going to be a sketch like this, just a line in Onshape. And once I create that line in Onshape, what I can do is I can use the slot command to kind of offset that line out to a slot shape. And then I'm going to take that shape and I'm going to extrude it up to a height of 9 millimeters. Now from there, what I can do is I can focus on these shapes over here. So I think what I can do is once again create a line and then offset that line to create this inner slot and offset that line to create this outer slot. And maybe I'll also create a line here and then offset that geometry to create this slot. I think I'm going to do that all in one sketch. And then I'll use that sketch for 3 different features. So what I'll do is I'll make my first feature here as this slot. I'll make my second feature as this slot here. And then I'll make my final feature as the kind of counterbore slot shape that's only going down to a depth here of 6 millimeters. And once I'm done with that, I should be able to mirror those slots over, and then I should be done with this model. So it's going to take a few features. It's going to take a little bit of advanced functionality, but hey, this is what's nice about going through and doing these practice models. We get to learn some new functionality in the software. And if you like the idea of having that game plan, be sure to hit the like button on this video. I'm going to click this button here. This is open in a new window, and that way I can move this over to my second screen, get all my dimensions, and I can move my clock over here so we can keep an eye on the clock. Let's see if we can beat this average time, 7 minutes and 53 seconds. I think we can do it. I think if we just get in there and lock it in, we can do it. So here we are in Onshape. We're going to say create document. I am going to create this in the public space. So 24-12-03 multi-light mount. And I'm going to create this in the public space. So if you're ever in Onshape, you can search the public space and you can find this model in case you get stuck or you want to see what my feature tree looks like. Up here at the top in this hamburger menu, we can control our unit system, but I'm always working in millimeters by default, so I don't really have to worry about changing that for this example, but if you did have to change it, that's where you do it. Top plane, S key, begin a sketch, N key to get normal to, S key to begin a line, and I'm going to create a line here that looks like this, just kind of out in space, and that line is going to have a length of, looks like this is going to be 240 minus 17 minus 17. So 206 there to go center to center on those radii. And I'm going to hit escape, and then I'm going to take that line, click on that line. I'm going to click over here on the origin, and I'm going to press Shift M. That's the shortcut for midpoint, Shift M. Now, if you're not sure where the slot command is on your toolbars, you can just go up here and say search tools, and you can type in SLOT slot, and then that launches the slot command. Now we're going to click on a line, and here we see that Onshape is going to go through and give us a slot relative to that line, and this slot is going to have a distance dimension here of 34 millimeters. 34, enter, enter, and that is what your first sketch should look like. So 34 millimeters, 206 millimeters. Let's go. This looks pretty good. S key extrude, and this is going to come up here to a height of 9 millimeters. Enter, and enter. All right, and there is our first feature. So now for our second sketch, we're going to create all the remaining geometry here in this one sketch. So I'm going to pick this top face, S key, begin a sketch. I'm going to press the letter N. Now, if your view gets oriented incorrectly, like if it looks like this, you can always press Shift 5. That is the default shortcut key for top view, and that might help you get oriented the same as what I'm doing here in the tutorial. And we're just going to model half of this thing. So we're going to create a line here, S key line. We'll create a line here that comes over like this, start at the origin and move over, single click. That's going to be at 24 millimeters, enter. And then we're going to move over in this direction, and we're going to single click, and that's going to be at 6 millimeters, enter. And then you can hit escape. And then what you can do is you can click on that line and you can launch the slot command again. So up here, we can type in slot, slot. And there it is, the slot command. And this time we're going to create a slot here with a diameter of 10. Enter, enter. Okay, so little trick you can do there. You can draw in a line right from the origin to give you that 24 dimension instead of having to add the dimension. Now on this side over here, we can begin the line command and we can just kind of wake up this center point. So you just put your mouse over the arc there and then move down to the center, single click, move your mouse over in this direction, single click, let go of your mouse. That distance is going to be 48, enter. And then we can hit escape and then we can click on that line. We can go up here to the slot command again, slot, and enter, and there we go. And that is going to have a diameter there of 7. So you double click here on the 10, 7, enter, enter. And then you can click on that line again. And now you see you're getting a second dimension here. So basically you're still in the slot command. You can, if you have it on your toolbar, you can see it here that it's enabled or it's pressed in. So when we clicked on that line a second time, we got a second dimension here. Well, we're going to double click on that one and we're going to make that one 16, enter, and enter, and there we go. Now we're done with that feature. Now at this point we can jump into the extrude command. What you could do here if you want to save a step is you can hit escape and then just kind of click here inside of this region. So you just take your mouse and you just click here inside of this region, and then you can launch the extrude command. So extrude, remove through all, and that'll take that region and turn that region into a cut. So that's kind of like a nice little shortcut you can do to kind of streamline the process of making those selections. So now you can hit the green check mark. So take that region, extrude, solid, remove, through all, hit the green check mark. And now we're going to come over here to this sketch 2 in the tree, and we're going to choose to show that sketch because it's got all that geometry that we need for our next feature. And now we can do the same thing. We can pick this region here. Now, if you can't seem to get that region, you can use this key that's up here on your keyboard. I'm going to just click on it, and you can see it's kind of highlighting there in my keyboard overlay. It's I call it the tilde key. It's also got the little like almost like an apostrophe symbol on it. But if you go up in that region and you click on that button, that can also help you kind of get through and get the region that you want. So you'll see here that once you click on that button, you get this list here, and one of the items in this list is face of sketch 2. So then if I click there, you see that highlights that region. So now I could jump into the extrude command, and this extrude is going to be remove through all, and hit the green check mark, and there we go. And now again, I'm going to try and get this region. This time it looks like it's a little easier for me to select it. So I'll just put my mouse there, left click, and then extrude, remove, and this one's just going to go down to a depth of 6 millimeters. 6, enter, and enter. And there we go. We're now done with that sketch. So you could find that sketch here in the graphics area. If you don't want to see it, you can right click on it and you can choose hide. It's another way to get those sketches to hide. And now all that's left to do is just mirror those holes across to the other side. And we can do that with the mirror command. If you can't find the command on your toolbar, you can just type in up here, mirror. Of course, all these commands are on my toolbar. It's just I've got everything kind of compressed for the tutorial. So we're going to do mirror, and then this is going to be a feature mirror. We're not going to mirror the whole part. We're not going to mirror everything. We're going to do a feature mirror. And the features that we're going to mirror are going to be this cut down here at the very bottom, this cut here, which is for the counter bore, and this cut here. Now, this is a great example of where renaming your items in the tree can be really helpful, because instead of seeing extrude 2, extrude 3, extrude 4, we could rename those things like, we'll call this one here Shift N, inner small slot cut. Okay, and then I'm going to click in the background so nothing is selected. Click on this one, Shift N, outer thin long slot cut. enter, and then click here, click over here, Shift N, outer C-bore slot cut. Okay, much easier to understand what your features are when you rename them in the tree. You know, this sketch here that we use for those multiple features, Shift N, we could call this something like multi-feature sketch contours, slots, something like that. Okay, you could rename it. Probably with this one, I probably would put slots first in the title. So I'd call this like sketch slots multi-feature sketch contour, something like that, so that at a glance I understand like, oh, this is kind of a special sketch here. All right, so now if I go into the mirror command, mirror, now what I can do is I can say features to mirror, and now when I go through and I pick those same faces, this face down here, okay, that's the outer thin long slot cut. This face here, that's the outer C-bore slot cut. And then this face here, that is the inner small slot cut. So now that I've gone through and I've picked those faces, I can go down here to mirror plane. It's going to be this plane right here. That's going to take that geometry, mirror it across. Yo, this thing is looking good. Feature mirror, that's what's up in Onshape. And so now that we're done with all those features, this overall model looks pretty good. I can press the letter P to hide my planes. I can look around here, kind of do what we call the final spin, make sure it looks good. I can come down here to the name of the part, right click on the name of the part, and I can say edit appearance. And we can change this appearance here to be kind of like a gray appearance. We can come down here to the this icon down here. This is the icon for mask properties. Oh, I missed a step. We got to assign the material. So we're going to right click here on the name of the part. We're going to say assign material. And then from this material here, we're going to say from the TooTallToby custom materials library. I'll include a link down in the description to a video on how to set up this library. But this one's going to be using aluminum 1060. Hit the green check mark. Now we can measure the mass because now we've got the appropriate material density. So it looks like we're coming up with the mass here of 148.1 grams. Let's take a look at the app and see if we got it correct. So 148.1 and enter. And oh yeah, we got it. We got it correct. 148.1 grams is correct. We did it in 11 minutes and 16 seconds, a little bit slower than the average time, 7 minutes and 53 seconds, but that's all right. We can always go back and keep practicing and keep refining our workflows, and we could use the try again function. We did it 11 minutes and 16 seconds. If we want to do it faster, we could do try again. See if now that we've got a game plan down, if we can go a little bit faster, a little bit smoother, and that's really the whole point of the TooTallToby app. So if you enjoy doing these types of challenges, be sure to visit us at TooTallToby.com. You can get started for free, and then if you really like the app, you can unlock the entire library. And if you enjoyed today's tutorial, be sure to let me know down below in the comments. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will look forward to seeing all of you in the next TooTallToby Onshape step-by-step tutorial.